So I wanted to show you something really cool. It is not this awesome little race car, but it's this thing, this awesome Wi-Fi sprinkler controller. So right now on my irrigation pump, which is located over yonder, the controller for that is inside of a garage over here, which if I ever want to go and make settings or change things on that controller, I basically have to go ring their doorbell and go in there and change it, which isn't cool, because I would rather just be able to not have to ring their doorbell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this Wi-Fi controller in there, okay, and I'm going to, I'm close enough to that garage that I can get a signal from my Wi-Fi in my house here, on this house. And I know because I get the signal way over there on the other side of that house on my phone. So I am going to hook this thing up and test it out. It's got 16 zones. Right now I've only got 12 zones deployed. And then I'll be able to control it from my phone, right? No matter where I'm at. So here is what comes in that box. It's got a little power jack there. This thing must contain all of the Wi-Fi. This is plugs in right there, and that mounts to the wall. This thing mounts to the wall, and this thing goes over the top of it, and those pins apparently speak to the electronics that are in here and sends out the Wi-Fi signals and stuff like that. And these guys right here send the signals out to the sprinkler stations. So it's really, I go to the sprinkler box that's currently there, unhook everything, just hook the wires into this, put this thing on it, plug it in, and then I open up the application for this that's on my phone, or that will be on my phone, and gain access to the controller. So you can see here, it's got 16 real stations, right? Plus the master valve and a common. And I don't know what that is. Auxiliary, maybe an extra couple for something or other. But it does have 16 actual station valves there, which is awesome. Okay, so these extra little wiring components there, the R1 and the R2, are for sensors like they have all kinds of sensors nowadays. Sensors for water, moisture in the ground, rain, that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to be taking advantage of these anytime soon, but everything else I will be taking advantage of. I think I've got 12 zones right now, and this is going to be really cool because I now have 4 extra zones that I can actually use. So this is the controller that I'm replacing. It's actually a nice controller, and so the Rachio is going to be installed right there. Can't really show you the app, so I just threw in some pictures here. It's the default screen sort of shows you the weather and the forecast, and you can push this button sort of at the bottom and go in and set up your schedule, right? And you can change the weather station that you want to use, like if you want to use whatever town you're in, or if there's something really local to where you're at. And you can go in and you can edit your watering schedule. So you go around and you take pictures of all the various areas that you're watering with the various stations, and you can name each picture. So it's really easy to know what is where. And you can move your stations around. So, you can have what used to be the last station become the first station, just move things wherever you want it. You go to each station or each sprinkler, you take a picture of it and you tell it what kind of a sprinkler you have, and it calculates how much water is probably coming out of it. And so when you take your pictures of each station and give it a name, you can also go in and tell it what type of soil it is, or what kind of is it grass or is it a garden, all kinds of stuff, right? So it's pretty sophisticated little model that they have set up. Keeps track of when you've watered, how much you've watered, and it's got all kinds of different settings that you can go into and play around with. So I don't know half of this thing. I got to mow the lawn now. Oh, and the compost tea, we've had it going all night long. You can see that foam on top is a biologic explosion, which is going to go right on top of the plants.